Assumption and Louisa Muscatine in the Class 3A title game on Friday. We'll go to the bottom of the first here. Assumption striking early. Anna Wohlers with a shot to right. That's going to bring two Knights across, and it's a 2-0 game early on. Bottom of the second, up 3-0 now. It's Olivia Wardlow at the plate, and this one a liner to right. It gets by the right fielder. This one falls. Two more will score. That puts Assumption up 5-0. Bottom of the third, Lauren Loken gets all of this one. It's a 2-run homer. Knights jumping out to a 7-0 lead early on, but the Falcons would respond in the fourth. Bryn Jambe with bases loaded goes right up the middle. That would be a 2-run single, and here comes Louisa Muscatine later in the fourth. Down 7-3 at this point. Kylie Sanders rips a double to center. Another Falcon will score. The second run, however, is out at home, but Louisa Muscatine cutting into that Assumption lead nonetheless. But we'll go all the way to the seventh here. Final chance for the Falcons, and a routine out. Allie Timmons to first, and that would do it. Assumption makes it 3 in a row with the 7-4 victory over in Fort Dodge. They are Class 3A state champs, and that brings us here into the studios. Certainly no stranger to this show. We've had you guys in here for the past 3 years of incredible feat, making it 3 in a row over there in Fort Dodge. We've got a few seniors here with us, as well as Coach Ron Farrell. So, Aaron, we'll start with you. Just what was it like after kind of solidifying that win? You see Allie throw it to first and know that it's complete, it's done.
It was the best feeling ever. So many emotions were just going through my head, but all I wanted to do was hug my teammates and basically crying and happy tears.
Emma, going off of that, I mean, what emotions were you feeling after you secured that win to make it a 3-time champ and 3 in a row?
It was awesome. Running in from the outfield, going into the group hug for the third time. It was just an amazing feeling.
Nicole, you've been a part of this run with this group as well. It's sort of creating a dynasty here with Assumption softball, and you guys have been a key part of that. What did that mean to you to kind of, solidify that moment and grab that title?
It was really special, especially for the 7 seniors, because we worked so hard, and to see it all pay off was just really rewarding.
Coach, coming to you off of that, I mean, I'm sure you're extremely pleased with how this team has performed all season long, but to see them get it done and, to see how they performed at the tournament in general, I mean, what did that tell you about this team?
Well, it was a little different year than it's been in the past because we've gone wire to wire playing pretty well in years past. This year, we spent the first half of the year searching to find our way a little bit. We didn't quite meet what I thought was our potential, but about 4 or 5 games before the postseason, we started clicking on every level, and we knew at that point in time we were going to be pretty difficult to beat, and couldn't be more proud than the way the girls came together at the end of the season.
So coming back to you, Nicole, we'll talk about the game here. Getting out to such an early lead, 7-0. At that point in the game, what was going through your mind? What's going through the team's mind? I mean, I'm sure that's about as good of a spot as you could be in.
Yeah, I think it definitely helped us play more relaxed, but we always talk about how no matter how much ahead we are, we can't get complacent, so we know we had to keep pushing and keep with the course, and then it just ended up helping us persevere at the end.
Emma, was that a similar feeling to you, something that maybe you guys have encountered throughout the season where you can get out into an early lead, but knowing that at any given moment, a team could come back?
Yeah, getting out in an early lead is really important to us, just by we always say stepping on their throats and not letting up. And just if it does come down to where they score, we're always relaxed knowing that we do have a lead.
Yeah, absolutely. A little cushion never hurts for sure. So, Aaron, coming to you with this one, and kind of on the reverse side, you give up 4 runs there in a crucial inning. It's all of a sudden a 3-run game. At that point, were you still confident? Did you guys still have kind of that same mentality that you had early on?
Yeah, I never lost faith in this team. We always fight back. We don't get complacent, and we just don't want to lose. And the senior year, us seniors, we refused to lose this year, so that was kind of our game plan, and just went for it.
Well, you've all kind of alluded to it there, Coach. I mean, what did these moments, kind of some of those situations, say about Assumption softball when you have the early lead, then it gets close, and they're still able to kind of stay composed and kind of, right the ship, so to speak, down the stretch?
Well, if they've done one thing really well all year, it's actually just been able to fight towards the end. You know, we've had a tendency at different times to not come out and play our best game early and find ourselves midway in the game either tied or behind, and they are the best team I've ever had at coming from behind. So even though we never fell behind in this game, you know, when the pressure was on, I kind of assumed by what had happened the rest of the season that they'd be able to respond, and they did just that.
It's got to be a crazy and rewarding job to be a high school softball coach and to have 3 titles like you have. You mentioned it. No team's the same. It's kind of a new story every year. That's almost probably got to be just as exciting to kind of create a new narrative at the start of each new season.
Well, it absolutely is. I mean, we're 2 days removed from the state championship, and I'm already looking at next year and trying to fit pieces together and think about what's going to be where and who's going to be who. But you know, we had some seniors graduate 3 and 4 years ago that did an awesome job right after I came in, kind of setting a culture. And these seniors were young ladies at that time, you know, freshmen and sophomores, and they really just took to that culture, and they've built from it and built onto it and just made it even better than what it was. And I just think year after year we just see the same culture but little improvements made by the new leadership, and I have no doubt that we're in for the same thing next year.
Yeah, Nicole, kind of going off of what Coach talked about there, I mean, that makes it 3 titles in a row, and you know, you were part of that class kind of coming in trying to kind of set that standard, so to speak, and to be able to have 3 titles, you know, going into your, you know, college years now, what does that mean to you to kind of have these memories and make it 3 in a row?
It's so special to me. I've made so many great friends on this team and in this program, and so many memories that I'll never forget, and it's just something I'll always cherish no matter what.
Awesome memories over there in Fort Dodge for sure. We got plenty more to come with the Assumption softball team. Of course, we mentioned some seniors here, so we'll talk kind of about the legacy that they've helped create and also the outlook coming here into the 2020 season. As Coach mentioned, already moving on to next year, so there you go. Stick with us. Assumption softball on the way next.